the bridge to possible.
You want to make hybrid work for you. Which means securely connecting everyone and everything. Everywhere. But that's just the beginning. Cisco continues to push the boundaries of technology. We're opening up new possibilities in the workplace and giving you more choices with Wi-Fi 6E, private 5G, and network switching innovations. We're helping organizations in every industry deliver unparalleled experiences, supporting smarter, sustainable businesses, and driving better outcomes, so you never need to compromise on security, agility, or experience. And you have the freedom to connect seamlessly in the most important way, yours.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Chris Story, and I look after the Networking Experiences team here at Cisco. Over the last 2 years, we've been faced with an incredible amount of challenge and change. We've all adapted to new ways of working and found different ways to collaborate and connect with each other. As we move into a hybrid world, employee and customer experiences are increasingly dependent on secure, reliable connections from anywhere. It's no longer a nice-to-have for networks to be fast and agile. It's now essential for businesses, schools, and governments to continue to serve their users. Hybrid work looks different from one organization to the next, but what remains in common is the role the network plays at the very core of any hybrid work solution. It enables productivity, resiliency, and agility by connecting everyone and everything from everywhere. At the same time, IT teams want and need to spend less time managing their infrastructure. They need to transform from simply running the network to supporting business objectives. To do this, they need simplicity, automation, and operational efficiencies. And for Cisco, that means we need to deliver power without complexity, technology that simply works. As we look at the opportunity to provide our users with more automation, more mobility, and more collaboration, we know that with that comes the need for powerful, flexible connectivity. That doesn't just mean having a stable, strong Wi-Fi connection. It also means having the network assurance and analytics behind it to ensure that the deployment is operating correctly and that connections are as reliable and secure as they need to be. Today, we're announcing exciting new networking innovations that will power a more flexible, more capable, and more confident hybrid workforce, and address some of the key demands being placed on the network today. The network must support unparalleled experiences when delivering high-resolution video and augmented reality. The network will also be pressed into service to make the workplace safer and more sustainable through optimized energy consumption, reduced carbon footprint, and environmental and capacity monitoring. The network will need to secure and scale the explosion of IoT devices without adding burdensome processes for an already overworked IT staff. And finally, the network must be able to provide this expanded performance, capacity, and power while enhancing the ability to quickly pivot IT and business operations. What we're announcing today will deliver the network necessary to deliver on these demands and offer the freedom of an uninterrupted hybrid work experience to drive great collaboration and unprecedented productivity. In today's hybrid world, the wireless network is the primary way to connect to applications and workloads. Only the best Wi-Fi networks provide the best workplace experiences, and Cisco has always been a leader in delivering both. Wi-Fi 6E represents the next big step in wireless, opening up new, clean spectrum in the 6 GHz band and unlocking more capacity with higher performance and reliability. With Wi-Fi 6E, we exceed gigabit speeds for achieving wired-like experiences to support mission-critical applications. Today, I'm incredibly excited to announce the industry's first truly high-end Wi-Fi 6E access points, the Catalyst 9136 and the Meraki MR57. These access points are designed to power smarter workplaces and provide the ultimate in flexibilities to support IoT devices through USB, Thread, and BLE. Both employ a flexible tri-band radio that can operate in a 2.4 GHz and dual 5 GHz or a 2.4, 5, and 6 GHz mode, giving users the control to adapt and optimize their wireless network as 6E clients become more prevalent. Perfectly suited and built to support low latency, high bandwidth applications such as augmented and virtual reality and streaming video, these access points provide the high performance and security needed to power an unparalleled hybrid work experience. Supported by the DNA Center platform, the Catalyst 9136 has built-in intelligence that optimizes the use of the spectrum by automatically routing Wi-Fi 6E devices to the 6 GHz band and rapidly identifying and resolving wireless interference. The Meraki MR57 integrates seamlessly into an existing network, allowing users to leverage the AIOps capability in Meraki Health and take full advantage of the Meraki platform's cloud management. With more sophisticated applications and the move to hybrid work, these new Wi-Fi 6E access points will put increased demands on network infrastructure. Switches are foundational to Wi-Fi performance, and to complement our newest access points, we're building on the success of the Catalyst 9000 switch series. And today, I'm absolutely thrilled to announce we are expanding that family with the introduction of the Catalyst 9000X switches. Every series in the 9000 family will have a premium level X model that offers increased scale and capacity to meet the new demands being put on the network that comes with hybrid work. For all access points and wired devices, the new high-performance Catalyst 9300X not only doubles the bandwidth, but also offers twice the uplink capacity, twice the stacking performance, and has the highest 90-watt port density when compared to the competition. The 9500X and 9600X switches are the first campus switches to make the transition to Cisco's Silicon One, the future of switching silicon at Cisco. Thanks to Silicon One, these switches bring the advantages of both routing and switching together in one unified architecture, driving unprecedented enterprise performance. With 4 times lower power consumption and future-proofed programmability, each 400 gig port provides enough bandwidth to run 80,000 simultaneous high-definition video streams. Incredibly impressive, considering that's 5 times the number of titles you can find in the entire Netflix library. These new Catalyst 9000X models will also advance sustainability by offering 90-watt UPoE Plus across all ports. These switches power the smart buildings and energy-efficient endpoints like lighting, sensors, window shades, and many more. And these all can result in more than 20% energy savings. Using power analytics capabilities in Cisco's DNA Center, IT can access real-time insights and identify ways to reduce power consumption of the network. The Catalyst 9000X switches are built to support our customers for the next 10 years as the building blocks for a smarter and more agile workplace. As we've said, hybrid work is about connecting everyone to everything. To give our customers more flexibility in connecting their mission-critical devices using the latest mobile technology to complement their existing Wi-Fi environment, Cisco is offering a private 5G solution through our communication service providers and select system integrator partners. With secure IoT device onboarding, 5G and industrial IoT network management, and seamless integration with Cisco's identity and policy system, customers can address mobile connectivity use cases with an effortless, intuitive, and trusted experience. With Cisco Private 5G delivered as a service, partners can white label a powerful 5G and IoT offering while avoiding the expensive and time-consuming startup costs of solution development. And with Cisco as a partner, they can approach enterprises with a brand they already know and trust. It's a powerful combination for the future of hybrid work. The future of wireless is Wi-Fi and 5G, and Cisco is leading the way with open roaming, ensuring a smooth, seamless experience between the two. That was a lot of information, so let me summarize what we've introduced today. First, the industry's first high-end Wi-Fi 6E access points, the Catalyst 9136 and Meraki MR57. Improved performance, minimal complexity, and giving the users freedom to connect everyone and everything. Second, the next generation of Cisco Catalyst, the 9000X series, higher performance, power-efficient technology, and future-proof design to support our customers and businesses for the next 10 years. Finally, Cisco Private 5G through our partners, expanding further choice of connection options to meet our customers' broad spectrum of needs. Okay, now I want to show you our vision for hybrid work in action and how our customers can make the best use of these new products. Greg Durai, it's great to be here with you for some socially distant demos.
Looking forward to it, Chris.
Our customers are on a journey to transform their workplaces to meet the needs of a more flexible, distributed workforce. They're rethinking their workspaces to be safer, smarter, and more productive environments for everyone. For the next few minutes, we'll demonstrate the innovations just announced, new capabilities that are transforming the hybrid work experience. This new experience begins as soon as we arrive at the office. As I came into the Cisco office today, I could access this interactive map. I could see details of the floor, including the occupancy level, which is low, air quality, which is very good, and what available meeting rooms are. This is made possible by aggregating data from Meraki cameras, Meraki sensors and access points, WebEx sensors, and the new Catalyst 6E APs, which now also include integrated environmental sensors. I can see where I am on the map. I can see the floor's conference rooms. I can see room availability, and I can see their health status. Since everything looks great with this conference room, I can simply hold or reserve the room. This is incredibly powerful because the real-time nature of the experience I'm getting, new information as it updates. And the IT team and even the facility teams can receive just-in-time alerts if something isn't quite right. This underscores why network infrastructure and the data it can make available is so powerful and important for all of us.
Chris, some really cool experience you showed us here. I'm now super excited and pumped to get back to work, but now let's look at how this all comes together for the IT team. We have Cisco Dna Spaces here, and the Right Now app in Dna Spaces gives you metrics on how many people are currently in your location. And even more importantly, alerts when your location is over capacity. Location density is monitored based on users connecting to Catalyst or Meraki Wi-Fi devices, BLE devices, RFID tags, and Meraki cameras. If you're using Meraki cameras, you can also see Footfall Analysis. This lets you analyze the number of people into a space and the number of people in a space over time, as you can see in this chart. You can set thresholds for how many people can safely occupy your workspace by establishing density rules by building. You can do this by floor or by zone or the total building. And you can set alerts when capacity is reached via Cisco WebEx Teams, Cisco SMS, email, or API triggers to your favorite app. The proximity reporting tool is helpful in tracing an exposure incident. The report shows where a reported case was in the building and for how long. Use the interaction heat map to understand who else might have been exposed. Another interesting tool is the engagement application within Cisco Dna Spaces. It lets you send notification to employees and visitors about real-time densities and safety status, and you can customize the rules basis your enterprise.
We're giving everyone complete visibility into building occupancy and environmental quality. This makes it easier to manage your buildings and create a safer and healthier work environment. Now that we are confident about our workplace safety, let's talk about user data and application security. As customers create smarter workspaces by adding more devices and sensors to the network, there's the potential to expose the network to more security threats. Trusted access is an important focus area for Cisco. Greg, can you share a few examples of our trusted access solutions?
Absolutely. Let's first, though, talk about access and how it's handled today. Companies track individual entities, basically users and their trusted devices, and place them in specific network segments as a way to securely manage endpoints. But Chris, what if a trusted endpoint is compromised? AI Trust Analytics is Cisco's best-of-breed solution for managed and unmanaged endpoints. It provides endpoint visibility and analytics with continuous trust assessment, detects traffic from endpoints that are exhibiting unusual behavior, such as pretending to be a trusted endpoint by using spoofing and man-in-the-middle attacks. A lot of words there, but let me show this in a demo. In our demo, the endpoint, which is identified as an IP phone, has a very low trust score. Let's click and drill into the details to see what's going on. So you see this IP phone is using services that you would normally not expect an IP phone to use. So IT can take action immediately by quarantining this device and apply that policy and take that IP phone out of the network. With AI Trust Analytics, IT can apply policies for endpoints based on their assigned trusted score. They can do this manually via Cisco DNA Center for a specific endpoint or automatically at scale within Cisco's Identity Service Engine, or ISE. Cleanout Pro is another example of a unique wireless security offering. Cleanout Pro ensures wireless signals are secure by mitigating the impact of wireless interference. It uses silicon-level intelligence to assess and classify interference across 6, 5, and 2.5 GHz channel. Simply put, now we'll know if it's an occasional interference from the microwave in the canteen or truly a rogue AP in the canteen. Let's look at this in a demo. Let's have a look at how this works by viewing the rogue dashboard in Cisco DNA Center. Here we see the top 10 threat summary, a detail of threats over time, and you can select a threat and you will see the threat details as well as the precise location of the threat. See there, right? So now you know where the rogue AP is, and you can take action by simply selecting Start Containment, and the rogue AP is no longer connected to your network. A third example. In a hybrid work world, which all of us are going to go into, we are seeing companies shift to smaller branches for easier employee on-site collaboration, smaller branches near your home. Now, for the first time, customers can use an access switch for high-speed IPsec access to public cloud and private data centers. With just a few simple clicks in Cisco DNA Center, as you see in this demo, customers can establish a secure point-to-point connection from Catalyst 9300X in the branch to enterprise data center and cloud.
That's fantastic. Cisco's new access networking innovations provide the freedom of an uninterrupted hybrid work experience from no matter where you connect from. With our new Wi-Fi 6E access points and 6E devices, no matter where they are in the building, they always deliver a high-quality experience. It's like a wired connection, super fast access and downloads, but it's wireless. Greg, how do we make this possible?
Chris, Cisco's new 6E Wi-Fi access points delivers incredible performance with powerful AI capabilities. Let's look at an analogy for the power of 6E. Today's devices are like traffic traveling at 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, right? Moving, but at a relatively okay speed. But we want it to be faster. 6E with 6 gigahertz spectrum expands the number of lanes that's available, right? You see, and faster, right? So it allows faster speeds and can handle significantly more traffic. That's what happens with 6E because of the power of spectrum. And Cisco uses the power of AI to deliver the best possible user experience. Classification data is reported by the client devices themselves. So there's higher data quality and data integrity for our ML algorithms to work. This is possible because Apple and Samsung devices and Windows laptop with Intel Wi-Fi share their device profile with Cisco DNA Center and Meraki, without a need for any agents on their device. This unique level of visibility, unique to Cisco, provides an unprecedented level of insight to optimize the user experience. We can also maximize the benefit of 6 GHz and 6E by using automated RF traffic control, AI-enhanced radio resource management, or RRM. Cisco Catalyst and Meraki Wi-Fi 6E access points collect and analyze telemetry data from every access point literally every few seconds. They predict and proactively adjust Wi-Fi network coverage settings based on the time of the day, the loads, and the number of clients for an optimized performance. Let's see how this works. Here we see the RF performance score is only 46 out of 100 in this building, and 13% of the devices are experiencing poor performance. And already it's saying that we should do something with the busy hours, the AI insights, right? Let's see how we get there. We see from this graph that the performance actually drops 6 a.m. and continues to be poor throughout the day. And so that's why the recommendations of changing the busy hour settings to start at 6 a.m. instead of at 9 a.m. and continuing till 3 p.m. And when you do it, high density settings are automatically configured, and after this is rolled out, you're going to see an improvement. And here you see the RRM performance score has improved from 44 to 77. Pretty dramatic jump because of following the recommendation of the AI engine. The new Wi-Fi 6E access points connected to dense mGig port configuration on the Catalyst 9000X makes it possible to use bandwidth-hungry application like the future WebEx holographic in real time. So to get wired-like experiences, you need Wi-Fi 6E, the wireless, and the magic of the Catalyst 9000X wire behind it. That's wired-like experience, wireless.
Wireless. Well, Greg, what hybrid work means is going to be different for every company and every person. But what is the same is the role the network plays at the core of every hybrid work solution. It connects, again, everyone and everything from everywhere. Greg, can you show us how we're making it easier for IT to manage their sites to support this new hybrid world?
Happy to do, Chris. You said something really important there, sites, plural. We are taking a platform and integrated portfolio approach in how we address customer use cases. Today, you saw me use Cisco DNA Center for customers that need operational flexibility on-premise. Similar capabilities can be achieved on Meraki that offers radical simplicity through a cloud-delivered platform. Customers can choose between either of these platforms to minimize the complexity of managing their expanding network sites at scale. Maximum choice, zero compromise.
I love the approach. Thanks for sharing all these innovations with us. Smart workspaces that transform the workplace to meet the needs of a more flexible distributed workforce. Trusted access to ensure user data and applications are secure, and allows us to confidently deploy IoT at scale. And unparalleled application experiences from our industry-leading switches and access points. These innovations are easier for our customers to access, implement, and manage, allowing them to make hybrid work a reality. That is the power of Cisco's networking platforms. And now, I'd love to hand it off to Mohammed to go deeper into the technical details behind these powerful new innovations.
Thank you, Chris. Hello, everyone. My name is Mohammed Imam, and I lead Catalyst 9000 Product Management. Chris and Greg provided a great overview of our innovations. I'm going to take you one level deeper to talk about these powerful technologies and what is powering hybrid work. Catalyst 9000 is the backbone of some of the most critical networks around the world. With Catalyst 9000 family, we offer a comprehensive portfolio to our customers because we know one size doesn't fit all. And now we are expanding the Catalyst 9000 family with the X factors needed to modernize the campus and power hybrid work. As you heard Chris, Wi-Fi 6E is adding a new spectrum in the 6 GHz band, getting out of the congested and crowded 2.4 and 5 GHz spectrums gives our devices much better airwaves. This will result in a new level of enhanced experience because the new spectrum is quadrupling the amount of space available for our Wi-Fi devices to communicate. This is making multi-gigabit over-the-air performance real. Wi-Fi 6E addresses some of the latest trends that we are seeing today. From video-dominant hybrid workspace to VR headsets, which are getting more and more common for trainings and educational use cases, to robotics in various industries, and even Meta, where companies are pouring billions of dollars. Our users will need the extra bandwidth and immersive experience that Wi-Fi 6E can offer. Some of these applications need hundreds of megabits of bandwidth for best results. Let's look into how each of our new 6E access points deliver against those demands today and into the future. First, Catalyst 9136. This is a no-compromise AP. No compromise on the radios, not on the performance, not even on its beautiful looks. But in addition to the tri-band radios, we have added something called a Smart AP that makes it better for the environment. A typical access point operates on full capacity of the radios, no matter how many clients are connected. With this new power management feature, if you have a small number of clients, the APs will automatically reduce the radio stream count, saving power. And best of all, the addition of a spatial streams is instant. So there's no compromise on experience. Now, flexibility and agility are cornerstones of a truly hybrid organization. And we all need the ability to adapt to change on the fly. That's why I'm so excited about new Meraki MR57. This high-end AP gives you the flexibility to switch between multiple operation modes. You can operate the access point in dual band mode and get extra 5 gigahertz capacity. And when those 6E devices come in online, simply flip a switch and open up the 6 gigahertz band. You also get all the benefits of a cloud-managed access point with MR57. Configure it remotely, and it's ready to go the moment you plug it in. With instant connections to smart cameras, Meraki MT sensors, and API-powered Meraki platform, you will be building the smart campus of the future faster than ever. But none of these experiences are possible with wireless alone. We need to ensure that the entire network infrastructure is ready to support the new standards. Wi-Fi 6E can give you all the performance over the air, but that is meaningless from an experience perspective if your wired infrastructure is not ready to accommodate it. To enable this enhanced experience, we are introducing the highest density, full multi-gigabit platform with 100 gig uplinks and 90 watt of power available on each port. And that is Catalyst 9300X. This is also the first switch in the industry with 1 terabits per second of stacking. This switch has many industry firsts, and the Catalyst 9300 family is raising the bar once again. Catalyst 9300X is not just a high-end campus access switch. It also offers high-speed, hardware-based IPsec encryption that enables a lean branch-in-a-box solution without any performance bottlenecks. For traditional non-SD-WAN internet-only branches where services are already in the cloud, the Catalyst 9300X offers a consolidated solution for secure point-to-point connectivity from the branch to the edge, enabling services like Umbrella SIG. Let's now look at the modular access, where we are living up to our promise of providing investment protection to our customers as we introduce the new supervisor on Catalyst 9400. This next generation of supervisor unlocks the full potential of the Catalyst 9400 chassis by enabling speeds of 480 gig per slot, along with 100 gig uplinks on the supervisor. All your existing line card on the Catalyst 9400 are supported and can take advantage of this additional bandwidth. This will give you 2 to 3 times bandwidth boost to your existing line cards, since it completely removes the oversubscription. We are also adding a set of new hardware line cards that provide high-density 10 gigabit fiber connectivity. Also, we are introducing 384 ports of line rate full multi-gigabit, along with 90 watt of PoE on each of these ports, which is another industry first. And do you know what is powering SOUP 2 on Catalyst 9400? It is UADP 3.0 variant that is enabling the core capabilities, the capabilities that you had on the Catalyst 9600. Our 9300X and 9400X high-performance access editions not only raise the bar in high speed and secure connectivity, but also enable smarter, more sustainable buildings. With dense 90 watt of power, 90 watt of UPoE plus power, coupled with DNA Center Power Analytics and Dna Spaces IoT gateway integrations. Now, let's shift gears a little bit. As you know, Cisco's Silicon One is a powerful ASIC that enables high performance and high scale with a modern silicon architecture. Cat 9K has been running on UDP ASICs. Silicon One, or S1, brings the capabilities of UADP ASIC and beyond, and unlocks the XL scale and high performance in enterprise switches. This is critical foundational element to meet the core requirement of the next decade. S1 is unlocking the high performance and high scale for the Cat 9K family. This is a 12.8 terabits per second chip, supports up to 10 million routes, supports much deeper buffers, brings multi-slice and VOQ architectures. With this new architecture, Silicon One ASIC has paved the way to transition the Cat 6K XL deployments to Cat 9K. We are introducing SOUP 2 on Catalyst 9600. SOUP 2 triples the bandwidth per slot on the Catalyst 9600. It introduces 400 gig uplinks and truly drives the transition to 100 gig in the core. SOUP 2 also addresses the enterprise edge use cases. We are also introducing a new combo line card with 400 gig uplinks. So now you don't have to burn the entire slot for uplinks. You can use the same line card for uplinks and downlinks. We also care about investment protection on 9600. So your existing line cards get a 2 times performance boost. This means if you had 12 port of 100 gig line card, that becomes a 24 port 100 gig line card. You can get 96 ports of 100 gig line rate and up to 160 ports of 25 gig line rate today. These 25 gig ports are upgradable to 50 gig line rate in the future. In line with 9600, we are introducing Catalyst 9500X. This is the Catalyst 9500X. Fixed form factor for the core and aggregation, supporting 28 ports of 100 gig and 8 ports of 400 gig. All the benefits that SOUP 2 on the Catalyst 9600 brings are also available on the Catalyst 9500X. And by the way, it also comes with reversible airflow along with higher scale. As we reimagine connectivity with the X factors, we know security is top of mind for our customers. In fact, security has been highlighted as the #1 reason why customers pick Cisco and Cat9K. We have a comprehensive zero-trust architecture with software-defined access, where we started with segmentation and expanded into endpoint classification and visibility. Today, we are taking it to the next level. We are introducing Talos-powered trust assessment for unmanaged endpoint to further make the workplace stronger with zero trust. Trust analytics detects traffic from endpoints that are exhibiting unusual behavior by pretending to be a trusted endpoint using MAC spoofing or man-in-the-middle techniques. When trust analytics detects such anomalies, it signals endpoint analytics to lower the trust score and limit or deny access to the network. Trust analytics and other security solutions on the Catalyst 9000 family help our customers secure their networks. Now, that's a lot, but it only scratches the surface of all the X factors. Please check out our website for more details. Now, I would like to hand it off to Rocky, who will talk to industry experts on how they are helping IT navigate hybrid work.
Thanks, Mohammed. It's super exciting to see all the technology in action and get a deeper dive. Hello, I'm Rocky Mistry, and I'm pleased to lead the industry discussion and gain insights on how our IT teams can drive to the future of hybrid work. Today, we've assembled a panel of experts and customers to gain a broader perspective on opportunities, challenges, considerations facing organizations like yours, who are enabling users to work from home, from the office, and everywhere in between. Joining me today are Bob Laliberte, a principal analyst from Enterprise Strategy Group. Bob is focused on networking trends and intelligent automation across data center, campus, wireless, and WAN for software-defined and modern architectures. We also have Eric Mclaughlin, Vice President, Client Computing Group, and General Manager, Wireless Solutions Group at Intel, which most of you know is a multinational company best known for supplying microprocessors for computing devices we all use. And Ayman Maghrabi, Director of Frequency Licensing at Communications and Information Technology Commission, or CITC. This is a Saudi communications authority. Ayman brings both a regulatory and customer perspective. Let's start broad and get an industry view from Bob Laliberte. Welcome, Bob. It's great to have you here today.
Thanks very much. Great to be here.
Well, let's first give a background on your work at Enterprise Strategy Group and the research you focus on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm really focused on the networking space in general. And a lot of the research we've been doing is about the modernization of the network space itself. So trying to understand what's transpiring, what organizations are challenged by, what their priorities are across all the disciplines of campus, branch, WAN, et cetera.
Can you talk a little bit about the other challenges you're hearing from clients as they face adopting a hybrid work model?
The key to me is going to be, how do you ensure that you can enable that, as we talk about the consistent experience, how do you, when you go back to the office, how do you ensure that those employees who are in the office are able to communicate effectively with those employees who are not? And again, that ties into those voice and video intensive collaboration apps that are going to need to be used, and not just in specific video rooms, right? Because most campuses aren't set up for that. Most campuses are set up, we've got a couple hardwired video rooms, and then we've got, maybe AC, Wi-Fi set up throughout the rest. But it's really going to incur organizations to make a change there and to modernize those campus environments and to reimagine what they look like to enable that higher degree of collaboration between those in-office workers and also the remote workers.
What's the most common hurdle you're hearing from your clients that they're facing in adoption of hybrid work?
It ties to that complexity. So some of the biggest challenges are, how do we operate efficiently? It's going to be about enabling that consistent experience and that secure experience, but it's also going to be about connecting up to all the new sensors that are being deployed to enable that safe return, to enable the efficient, what would you say, the efficient scheduling of resources. So if you're reimagining your campus environment and you're scheduling, organizations are requiring their employees to schedule when they're going to be in the office and when they're not, and they're going to be able to, hot desk and schedule rooms and things like that, then a lot of times just having those sensors available to understand whether these areas are occupied or not.
This is going to be a journey for us all, and I'm sure you're walking with your clients through this. Tell us a little bit about how you're advising clients on approaching hybrid work, and what are those primary milestones that IT needs to think about as they're making this journey?
I think when it comes to the office, it's really about, like I said, re-architecting that. And some of the easy ones that you can check off the list is upgrading and modernizing your environment. And so that means, we've got this great 6 and 6E technology for Wi-Fi that's out now that's going to enable a lot more connectivity, right, for more dense environments, but also for higher bandwidth. So the ability to support those collaboration apps in a Wi-Fi setting and not just a few wired rooms is going to be critical to enabling that. And I think that the key also is that organizations shouldn't be thinking about this from just how do I get through this environment, right? It's also about needing to think about the future environment as well. So will AR and VR technologies play more of a role? What else is coming down the line? How else can you make your employees more productive? So as you're deploying for today and enabling the collaboration apps that are required for today, it's also really critical to think about what the future activities and the future technologies are going to require as well.
If we've learned anything from the pandemic, is that we want to be on our front foot, and having a modernized architecture is critical. Bob, thank you so much for spending time with us today and sharing some great advice on all of our journeys of hybrid work. Really appreciate you joining our panel.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Next, we have Eric Mclaughlin from Intel, whose team is on a mission to make the user device experience as seamless as possible. Welcome, Eric. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, Rocky. It's great to be here. Always fun to be with my friends at Cisco.
All right, well, let's get started. First, let's introduce the audience the role that you play at Intel.
Sure. So as the VP and GM of the Wireless Solutions Group at Intel, my team's responsible for the business and product aspects of delivering solutions for all the wireless solutions for Intel into Intel platforms. So we're talking Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cellular, both LTE and 5G.
Let's talk about your focus on the whole device experience. Now that these are the devices being used to power hybrid work, people are using them at home, in the office. What are the new challenges that you see hybrid work putting on these devices?
The device itself has to be really mobile, right? You've got to have the right battery life. You've got to have the right weight and size. You've got to have the right capabilities. I mean, one example I can give recently for me personally is I use my laptop as a phone way more than I use my phone as a phone anymore. I'm on my laptop, 12 hours a day, and most of the time I'm on a phone call. So, that puts pressure on the device to be ready to have great audio, great video, and not be disrupted by other tasks that you may be doing at any given time.
What's on the minds of the people in your team as you think about this with your customers?
I think the reaction from not only Intel, but companies like Cisco and others across the industry has been great to try to move quickly into places where we're understanding the needs of that hybrid workplace and taking steps to put things in place that will work best. As far as how we get ahead and stay ahead, the things we're looking at is, for example, some of the great work we do with Cisco in the enterprise space is looking at how do we prepare ourselves for a completely different type of work when people come back.
You were starting to talk about kind of new standards with Wi-Fi 6Es just starting up in the market. What are your projections on the demand for Wi-Fi 6E, and what do you think are the biggest motivations for customers to adopt it?
So what you see in 6E is more spectrum in the 6 gigahertz range than you have in the entirety of combining 2.4 and 5. and you have the ability to expand your channel bandwidth. You end up with 760 megahertz, new 160 megahertz channels, and you'll end up with, three to four 320 megahertz channels, which paves the way for Wi-Fi 7. So there's a huge opportunity to innovate and take advantage of this great new spectrum in the 6 gigahertz range, because it's absolutely clean. There's nothing else in there.
I wanted to shift over and talk about the Intel and Cisco partnership. We've been working together to serve our joint customers, bringing networking and these device experience together. So I'd love to hear, how do you think as hybrid work evolves, how will we need to work together in partnership to support our customers?
So first of all, we have a long history of working together between the two companies, right? We share a common vision. We share a common interest in the entire industry of, continuing to find ways to take the opportunity of the ubiquity of wireless and Wi-Fi in particular, and as we move forward, cellular and private networking and the things that are coming, to take best advantage of all those things that are available and make sure that not only are they available, but they actually work. And so one of the things that we spend a ton of time on is interoperability. We have amazing labs in both companies, and we utilize those labs.
That's great. I think understanding that, Intel, along with all the partners like Cisco and otherwise, are coming together, simulating all these experiences so that customers can adopt them with confidence. Today, we just got some great insights and perspective, especially as we marry, the network working with all these different clients. Thank you again for participating on our panel.
Thank you. I had a blast. It's exciting stuff we're working on together, and can't wait to do the next big thing.
And now for a customer view, we have Eamon Mugrabi, whose team is rapidly rolling out Wi-Fi 6E, allocating the entire 1200 megahertz band across their region. Welcome, Eamon. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Raki. It's a pleasure to be here with you and the panel.
Well, let's start off and introduce to the audience who is CITC and what is your role in your organization?
Thank you. To start, CITC is the Communication Information Technology Commission, and it is the telecom and digital regulator for ICT technologies in Saudi Arabia. We manage, we regulate different services that are related to ICT, and one of the most important pillars that we regulate is the spectrum that enable a lot of the wireless technologies in our daily lives.
Can you talk about what are the business drivers, and can you share some use case examples that require this greater spectrum and speed?
Now, a major driver for why we identified this band throughout, the last band that was allocated for Wi-Fi was in maybe 2009. So we've only had 2.4 and 5 gigahertz for more than 10 years. Yet the number of devices have increased drastically, over 60% in the last 5 years. The amount of data we are consuming and generating on this network is increasing rapidly as well. So we've really seen the needs of today increasing, and we've also seen how new applications such as AR, VR, which are bandwidth demanding, are coming into the market. They are, gaining popularity. The ecosystem is growing, and we've really seen how much data we are expecting to have, which is one of the major drivers why we've opened this whole 1200 megahertz band for license exempt uses. Yeah. We've set a rollout to have entire Wi-Fi 6E deployed in our premise in the Riyadh. So by the end of the month, we should have more than 100 access points covering the premise. We will be the first building in the region and maybe in the world to be fully covered by Wi-Fi 6E. We expect this to push boundaries, and we're expecting a lot of applications that will benefit from this. Not just regular day-to-day bandwidth needs. We also have a smart facility management system that's coming as soon as the coverage is available. we will be able to monitor and centrally control a lot of the facility aspects, such as air conditioning, locks, cameras, and so on.
That's exciting. Being the first to roll out an entire building, 100 access points. They're a very lucky set of employees that get to enjoy that. Talk to me a little bit about the results you're seeing in the main office.
So in the first rollout we've experienced speeds of around 2.4 gigabits per second, which is the maximum speed that can be achieved on new networks. And this is, a huge amount of data that could be used in several applications or even shared among users.
Wow, 2.4, that's unheard of, right? Getting just to gigabit speeds is just a joy on wireless. I mean, we've always competed with wireline experiences, and that's what you're delivering. Can you talk about some of the shifts in either the way you're structuring your buildings or some of the applications that you see being utilized?
So we've had to, or we adopted into the hybrid model in several ways. So we have people who come to the office to work, but even in the office space, we've adopted, a hybrid, like say, model where you don't have to work at the office. We have several spaces or several areas where you can just take your laptop and go and have a change of scenery. We have some outdoor areas where you can, take a breather and you still be connected. You will still have Wi-Fi available. And this is just covering the office portion of it.
Really appreciate you joining the panel today.
Thank you, Raki. It was a pleasure to be here with you and the panel.
I want to thank Bob, Eric, and Eamon for joining the industry panel. There's been lots of great insights of thinking through how you can strategize and architect your environment for hybrid work. I also hope that today's Networking Innovations update from Chris, Greg, and Mohammed has inspired you to explore how to modernize your campus and support your users with amazing new experiences, including streaming video, AR, VR, and more as they collaborate in this hybrid world. We at Cisco realize you are living in a new reality of a changing world every day. The old rules and ways of doing business are gone and are replaced with a new set of norms of uncertainty and change. To survive, you must build new ways to work and conduct your businesses. Cisco has and will continue to be committed as a partner through the periods of change to help you connect everyone and everything securely and drive to productivity. This is a role we take seriously, and we will continue to develop and introduce solutions that provide you and your business the maximum agility and performance to turn these challenges of today into opportunities of tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today, and have a wonderful day.
And him, and they. Let's connect them. Let's connect everyone. Let's deliver technology that gives them access to power opportunity. Let's set a new standard for data security and personal privacy. Let's change the system. Promote equality and fairness in the workplace. Let's tear down the barriers to social justice for a more inclusive world. Let's clean house. Zero carbon, zero waste. Because the health of our family is tied to the future of our home.